Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Yes, I'm super close to the camera. AC is going on, well, not AC, the furnace is going on in the back, so it might be a little bit loud. But check this out. A lot of y'all are asking this question about what's going on with the American bully community. I don't get on the pages that much. I've been taking care of personal shit and taking care of myself, but I will tell you this. When you look at this community, what you are seeing with so many breeders leaving is that the thrill is gone for some. Some who really love the dogs, I've talked to a few of them, and they're just tired of it. You go to shows and you see dogs that shouldn't be there. Not only are you seeing dogs that shouldn't be there, you're seeing dogs that shouldn't be there when. You're seeing people continue to try to make whatever they want. You're seeing the registry sort of take a knee and allow them to do whatever they want. And people are tired of it. You know what I mean? And I do support some registries, and I do believe that some people have good intentions, but I don't believe that it's enough, at this point in time, unfortunately. It's gotten to the point now where people are just tired. You start a breeding program 5 years ago. Y'all be honest with me now. If you started a breeding program 5 years ago, 2020, COVID years, would the dogs that you were trying to start in 2020 really be what they wanted in the show ring today? Because I'll tell you some of the things that happened since 2020, since the COVID lockdown years. Now it is totally okay for you to have a Merle. Now it is totally okay for you to say that you have an extreme dog and it be overdone, and it's okay, because before they were sort of trying to push back on the total extreme thing as being a complete dog, but they were still letting them show. Now they're making them champions. There's a litany of things that have been allowed now that wasn't allowed before. If you go back to 2020, it was still controversial to have Miyagi blood. It was still controversial on a lot of levels to have a lot of different bloods and pattern types and different things that are allowed today. The dogs have definitely changed. And with that being said, where does that leave breeders at? You have to remember, if you go back to, say, 2020, you had a dog like Mufasa, who was still a big-time dog. You had several other dogs that were considered to be big-time dogs, and they don't really fit what people are looking for anymore. The dogs that you're seeing win at these shows, the dogs that you're seeing, even breeders, and I won't give anybody any shine or talk about them, but you can look at the dogs that breeders were having that were quote-unquote big-time dogs 5 years ago, and look how much their yards have changed. It makes it impossible for you to really have a program. You've got to go along with fads, and what's the next big fad? What are they going to do next? What is going to be acceptable next? And unfortunately, what's being acceptable is not also good for the breed. The life expectancy has went down greatly in these dogs. Greatly. I will tell you, we saw a whole entire Rocco line, Rocco Mania. If I'm lying, y'all tell me I'm lying. We saw that Rocco went from the peak of, he was the it dog, the grim, the brim, and now you're starting to notice they're not around as much. The reason they're not around as much was nature. A lot of them died off. People start finding out they died off, and some tried to stick to it, but a lot of those dogs died, and y'all seen it. We used to, I hate to say it, we used to crack jokes about how many wings they were putting on the dogs, and they eliminated themselves. Where is the real Dax line? There's no more Dax line because it killed itself off. There are people with Dax dogs, but there's no Dax line. And these are two of the more popular, more popular dogs that were out there, but you can follow the trend from those lines. If the big name lines in a breed do not hold to standard, right, then exactly what are we doing? Because if the big name lines can't create longevity, then that means the breed's longevity is in danger. And the sad part about this is that the registries have not only not rejected this, but in many ways they have promoted this. They continue to allow these dogs with their health issues and suspect DNA profiles and everything else. And we are now in a mode of survival for this breed. The breed is all screwed up. And what will we do? Most people are deciding to sell everything that they got, take a step back, either downsize greatly, but they do not want to deal with this thing on a whole. And this is one of the reasons why you're seeing less and less activity in the shows. It is a stress to have these dogs constantly at the veterinarian, constantly dying early. How many posts have y'all seen? Another dog died on me. I'm through with this shit, man. Y'all gonna laugh, but y'all know y'all have heard it. It's because this is the community outlook right now, and it's unfortunate, it's sad, but until we get some real rules, regulations, and people being serious about the health of these dogs, not what people think looks popular, but the actual health and substance of the dog that only real breeders are into, the breed's going to die, and it's going to continue to die. But we'll talk more about that on a live coming up this weekend. Until next time, God bless y'all. Peace.